least from a close game standpoint.
Yeah.
The Kings were competitive. The Suns were not. The Suns were not particularly good.
No, I thought, like, to open the game, first of all, the Suns came out and they are huge. Like, they fielded a gigantic team.
Yeah.
And they punched the Kings in the face, like, right away. You could see the Kings, like, I think it was 6-0 or something, 7-0. The Kings just looked off kilter, like, oh my gosh, this team is huge. And they kept getting missing shots and then getting putbacks. That's how Phoenix kept scoring buckets. And then you saw the Kings like, okay, we're all right.
Yeah.
Let's move the ball faster,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's punch these dudes back.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it was in the second quarter, they just wailed on them.
Yeah. It was 23-21, something in that range. And then all of a sudden, it was like 37-23. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then Devin Carter hits the running shot to end the half.
Yeah.
Which was just absolutely spectacular.
Insane.
Even
especially
the way
after starting so slow.
And he let it bounce up to his hand and then shot it. It was just absolutely spectacular. He was great. I thought Neek was great early. Like, a really fun game.
Yeah, a really encouraging game too. I think if you're the Kings, and Devin Carter has been the focus here of Summer League. Since the Kings started practicing, Devin Carter's going to play point guard. That's been the big focus.
Yep.
Through 3 games, I don't think I have not been convinced that Devin Carter is going to play point guard in the NBA. And again, this is through 3 Summer League games. And it's not that I think he's been bad. It's that I don't think that's going to be his game. What I wonder last night, after watching Devin Carter last night and the previous game where we talked about it yesterday, this is not a player whose instinct is bring the ball across the floor, get the team into the offense, move the ball, and keep it moving. This is a player who's going to put the ball on the deck. He's going to score. If he's got an open shot at 3, he's going to take it. I watched Devin Carter last night and just watched kind of the overall game he played. And the stats were good. 17, 3, and 2 was efficient, really efficient after starting, I think, 4 from the floor. I kind of wonder if, given that we know the Kings have tried to trade Malik Monk a couple of times this offseason, I kind of wonder if Devin Carter playing over Malik Monk or eating into Malik Monk's minutes is a thing that's going to happen this year. Because, let me explain real quick.
Okay.
I don't think Devin Carter is better than Malik Monk. I need that to be very clear. I need that to be abundantly clear. Malik Monk is a better player, but by a lot. I wonder if Devin Carter is more the type of player the Kings are looking for in that backup 2-guard role. Where he's going to be pesky defensively, pesky to good defensively. He's going to grab rebounds. He's going to grab rebounds and move the ball up the floor and lead the break. He'll take a 3 when it comes to him. But he's going to look to maybe create for himself a little more offensively than they would like from a point guard. But if he's going to do the little things like play good defense, grab rebounds, and just kind of be that pain in the ass type of player, I watched him last night, and that's the first thing that comes to my mind is, man, is he more going to be in the Doug Christie, Scott Perry mold than a Malik Monk, to the point that when I wonder, hey, who are the veterans that are going to have to lose minutes to some of the young guys? Maybe it's Malik.
Okay, so first of all, I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to say, because of the financials of this deal, I don't think there's any way. Because Malik Monk, you owe a ton of money to, and yes, you're not going to devalue Malik Monk to play Devin Carter.
Okay.
I'd also say this. Malik Monk, I think people forget just how good of a passer he is. He's one of the best pick and roll passers in the game. And actually the stats back it up. Like, efficiency wise in the pick and roll, I think he is the best pick and roll point guard in the league when it comes to, dishing out assists to his guys. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he can play a point guard position, even if it's coming off the bench. He can be the primary. You just don't want him as a primary, as a starter, because I think it's just a different role. So I think that there's always going to be a lot more value in Malik Monk. But I think Devin Carter has played himself into a conversation about how you get a fifth guard on the court
Mhm.
and whether or not he's going to be able to find that. And
Mhm.
I'm not sure if he is still. I mean, like I was way more impressed with his 17 points or whatever it was last night than I was with his 30 a couple of nights earlier.
Why?
Because it felt like he was part of a team, not just one dude out there randomly scoring 30 points.
Sure.
I really felt like the 30 points were like, okay, look, man, that's not going to fly. You know, did he hit one from the logo or close to it last night? Sure. But overall, I thought a lot more of the play on the court. He was part of a group of 5 players on the court, not just an individual freelancing a la Cam Thomas, right? And so that's it, like totally stood out to me that he willingly passed the ball. He got into the key, and as opposed to forcing a bad off balance shot, he looked to move the ball to a teammate. And I think that that's something that just stood out. And I also think, like, you know, having Mark Jones on the broadcast, Mark Jones always gives you like these little nuggets of information. And when he started talking about how Devin called his dad in early May and said, "Hey, I need help. I need to learn how to play the point guard position," because of what we've talked about yesterday. Like he's in a battle, like because if he can't prove that he can at least handle the backup to the backup point guard a little bit, the third string point guard, then they're going to have to bring in a third string point guard, and he's not going to play at all. And so I thought that hearing that, it's endearing, number one, that he called his dad, who is still a NBA assistant coach, and said, "I need help." He was in Memphis. I'm not sure if he still is, but I think as of last year he was in Memphis. But even hearing Mark on the broadcast, it sounded like he said he was with Memphis. But having his dad work with him, a former NBA point guard, is a good thing. Like reading the angles and understanding how to help your teammates. I think that Devin probably game 1 started hoisting a bunch of shots and started missing a bunch of shots. Game 2, he needed to prove that he could score. Game 3 is more representative of who he can be as a player in the NBA. Because look, he's not going to get an opportunity outside of like maybe once or twice a year to score 30. And that's just because he got so red hot that someone kept feeding him and was like, "All right, well, go ahead and go, kid."
Yeah, he went 6 of 8 from 3.
Yeah. That, like the mystical, holy cow, I can't believe that just happened. We're shorthanded and he stepped up game, right? Well, that's not who he's going to be allowed to be at the NBA level. So I just thought overall it was a much more competent game. Where he looked like he was part of something, not just like lone dude out there doing whatever he wants.
You saw the translatable skills to playing alongside Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray. You saw things that could, I see how he could fit into a smaller role.
Of course. And the smaller role is like you're the 9th option.
Right.
Like that's tough, but like I hate to be like rude, kid, but you're the 9th option.
Yeah, and that's not hating. That is the reality of where the Kings roster is.
Of course.
But I think there's so much value in the things Devin Carter does that aren't putting the ball in the basketball hoop. He does so many other little things well. Like you and I sat there and talked about it last year and talked about it at games. His ability to rebound is massive.
Yeah.
He is so good at that. And the Kings don't have a ton of dudes that run around grabbing rebounds. It's Domantas Sabonis, sometimes Keegan.
Yeah.
Like having a guard who's going to pull down 5-6 boards a game, that's a big deal. Can you be pesky defensively and switchable 1-2 and with his length, some threes?
Yeah.
Like, can you do those things? And I think he can. And I think what we're seeing as the summer league progresses here, we're seeing, because I was really hard on him after his debut. I thought he was a disaster. I was not super impressed by the 30 points because again, it was better, to be sure. It was much better than game 1, but it was still like, dog, we know you can score against this competition. We know you can do that. Can you be effective in other ways? And I thought last night was a prime example of him being effective in some other ways. Still scored well, did a nice job there. But when he hits the floor, it is very rarely, like you said, going to be, Devin, we need you to go shoot it tonight. And take open shots. If you can get to the rack, great. But it's going to be Sabonis. It's going to be LaVine. It's going to be Monk. It's going to be Keegan.
Yeah.
It's going to be DeRozan. So that's where last night, that's what I wanted to see from Devin Carter. Was an effective game where he didn't have to shoot it 20 times to be effective.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like, look, at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen with Devin Carter, whether he's going to make it in the league or he's not. But these are the strides he has to take, because you say it all the time, the line from Austin Rivers, like, know your role,
change your life,
right? He is still at that stage where he does not know his role at all and is unwilling to accept any other role other than trying to be a star.
Yep.
It's just not going to fly.
Not on the current roster.
No. Well, and not in most rosters. It's just, he needs to be a role player, and he needs to figure that out quick.
Yeah. So I thought last night was some evidence of, oh, look, he can have an effective game.
Yeah.
Without having to shoot it a ton. You mentioned the third point guard position, and you texted me about this yesterday. And when you texted me about it, I was in the middle of something, and I saw your text, and I was like, oh, okay, James, you got it. But then I was thinking about it, and when I went to reply, I was like, man,
maybe
I don't think I hate it, because again, I'm always open to being wrong. I'm always open to admitting when I'm wrong. I wondered after I watched Mason Jones play 32 minutes in the Summer League opener, like, why in the world are we giving Mason Jones 32 minutes going into his 6th year in the league, 7th year in the league, 6th year in the league?
I think it's 5th or 6th.
It's at least going into his 6th. Why are we giving this guy 32 freaking minutes in Summer League?
Yeah.
But then you kind of watch him play, and you watch him be the proverbial adult in the room.
He's so unselfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And watching him do that in this environment, you talk about knowing your role, learning your role. I don't hate the idea, if he continues playing well in the summer, plays well in camp and through the preseason, of Mason Jones sticking around as a third.
It's all over the court. Like, his court vision is great. Then you go to his G League stats, and we always, like, of course, his G League and all that stuff. He averaged 7.4 assists per game last year, and he averaged 8.4 assists per game the year before in major minutes, major opportunities. Not only that, but the dude shot, like last year, he shot 41.3 from 3 and 47.6 and 40.3 and 40.3. Like, this dude can flat out shoot the ball. But he's realized in order to make it in the NBA, he's got to play defense.
Yep.
He's got to be physical.
Yep.
And he has got to find another way to help his teammates. And for him, it's been to become a better passer and a better distributor. And like, look, if you're going to create a system, a true system, where you're bringing guys from, and you're working on them, trying to create NBA players at the G League level that can actually help a roster, then you do need to continuously support that by promoting your own players. And I think they've done a good job of, like, the Isaac Jones thing, the Keon Ellis thing, where they're finding diamonds in the rough and sort of, putting them through a good polish and seeing how they come out the other side. And for me, like, Mason Jones has done everything the Kings have asked him to do, and probably a lot more.
Sure.
I mean, the whole story about him losing 45 pounds and all that, that's crazy. But at the same time, like, look, I get why he's at Summer League. He's there to help support a bunch of young guys, to teach them the way, to show them, like, if you want to play in the league, it's not to be the next, the next Domas or the next DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine. It's to be the next Keon Ellis.
Yeah.
Find your way, your path, your, unique skill that gets you there.
Yep.
But it cannot be thinking that you're going to be a star. It's got to be, a star in your role.
Find out what's going to get you on the court and become really good at that thing.
Yep.
The way Mason Jones is playing, because you mentioned his shooting numbers, Mason Jones could go out in Summer League right now and average 30 a night.
Yes, he could.
Very easily. But he's playing like a player who Doug Christie and Scott Perry sat down with him and said, hey, you're here in Summer League. Your path to making this team is by showing us that you can play point guard in a pinch. That if we're down Dennis Schroeder and Malik Monk, or maybe Dennis Schroeder and Russell Westbrook, that you can come in and give us credible minutes.
Yep.
That you can come in garbage time and give us credible minutes. That if there's injuries, you can come in and we can feel good about playing you 15, 18 minutes a night for a couple weeks.
Yep.
That is how he's playing. And again, you need to see it in preseason. You need to see it through training camp. There's other boxes you need to check here. But in terms of checking the summer league box on a path to a roster spot, man, if this is what they've asked him to do, and all signs point to that kind of being the case, and if they didn't, I feel even better about it. If he's just taking the onus on himself to kind of be this organizer, like I said, I bristled at the idea of Mason Jones as reserve point guard, third point guard, 15th guy on the roster. But man, then you watch him play, and it's like, oh well,
okay.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it either.
There's worse ideas. Like, would you rather? I mean, seriously, would you rather that or Markelle Fultz? I'd rather stick with Mason Jones.
Well, yeah, that, and I'm looking at in the chat. Paul Charles says
Sure.
he's trying to get a job in the NBA. Kyle, it's not a Kings organization. He's been in the Kings organization for a few years. I would hope the Kings want him to get a job somewhere, even if it's not in Sacramento. Okay, so here's the flaw to that statement from Paul. If he was trying to get an NBA job, then he's going out there scoring 25 every game and trying to show that he's legit. If he's trying to win games and trying to make his team a even if it's a summer league champion, that's okay. And we should note he did get hurt last night. He pulled up lame late in the game. I don't know if you saw that, but it looked like he tweaked his low back. That's usually not a good thing, especially with them having a game on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But the Kings are 3-0. Their point differential is second best and out of everybody. The Spurs are the only one with a better point differential. And so they've put themselves in a really good position for this weekend.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Would love to see another Kings Summer League title. Would they win one in 21?
I think 2019. That's what somebody said.
Pre-pandemic?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Pre-pandemic? It was Davion Mitchell's rookie year, right?
Oh, that's way later.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
because he was a rookie in 22.
Yeah, 21, 22. Yeah.
All right, we've got a ton more King stuff to get into. We've got several players we got to go over. You mentioned a couple things there, Neat Clifford specifically, that I want to get into. But hey, I want to put a pin in the Kings briefly. 49ers rookies report to minicamp today, or not minicamp, training camp. We're here. We're going to solve the